Hi, Governor. I'm a parent of a child with a disability. I also work part-time in the disabilities field. In New York State, the governor and the legislature just passed an increase in minimum wage to $15 an hour. Now, it was trotted out for fast food workers to get $15 an hour to mandate that the private sector pay those wages. Medicaid pays for the wages that care for people with disabilities in New York State. 95% of that funding comes from the state and federal government. Yet the starting wage to care for a person with a disability in New York State is $10 to $11. And the hypocrisy of our government to force private businesses to pay $15 an hour for a fast food worker when the government itself, which I think you would agree, the number one obligation of government is to keep its people safe. In a post-9/11 world, that could be not just terrorism, but for somebody with a disability, that's not choking on a piece of food or wandering off on their own. And somebody cares for every aspect of their life. Yeah. And it's a disgrace that this government in New York State is only paying those starting wages. And we have 15% vacancy levels in the disabilities field right now, reaching crisis levels. You know Medicaid, you've reformed it in Ohio, you've been in the Congress, you see how it works. Now Hillary wants to give illegal immigrants benefits. It's an absolute disgrace once again. Yeah. Please give us what your position would be to combat this and to take this issue on in a national issue, because right now Hillary's saying she wants to see $15 an hour across the board from California to New York, and meanwhile the disabilities population, which should be government's #1 priority, because these people who were born by no fault of their own needing some special assistance in this world, that's what the government should be funding.
Okay, here's the first thing. And this is it, because I got to go to Pittsburgh. Let me just say a couple things. First of all, when my wife read in the newspaper that the government was telling people to pay $15 an hour, telling the businesses to do it, she looked at me and she said, how many people is that going to unemploy? Am I right, sir? I mean, more people are going to lose their jobs than get it. It's a political issue. In our state, we do minimum wage every year, automatically. Now, in Washington, I don't favor a federal minimum wage. I favor the states doing it based on what they can afford, about what, get the business, get the politicians, say, how much can we raise it? And without throwing people out of work. $15. People will lose their jobs over this, okay? And I think that, well, anyway, that's not even a theory. Everybody is recognizing the fact that if you impose those costs, number one, some people who are lower skilled are going to lose a job, and the middle management workers are not going to get a raise, and they got problems. So you're just going to create a big disruption. In terms of the disabled, I mean, what we're trying to do is integrate them, get them into the community, out of the big institutions. Our biggest increase in our budget was for the disabled, and we want them to be fully integrated. And not all of them are going to be able to work in jobs that are going to be some high-paying job, but they're going to be able to work in places other than a sheltered workshop. You know what a sheltered workshop is. Some people are going to have to go to the sheltered workshop, but not all of them. So we're working aggressively to integrate them, to get them at the community level, and to make sure that we just don't ignore them. Because the easiest thing to do is to ignore the people who have no power. Now, a lot of people who are taxpayers say, I'm being ignored. But when you think about the mentally ill, the drug addicted, the working poor, I mean, easy to run over. And it's not right in the disabled community. So my approach is, the president is to say, no. The developmentally disabled have to have a chance to reach their potential. We provided insurance coverage for families that have autistic children so that they don't get bankrupted. So we're doing all these things, but we're also not New York. We're Ohio. We're the Midwest. We don't have to think about a $15 minimum wage because, I mean, we'd love to have it, but our cost of living is not the same as some places in this state. And I got to tell you, you raise it like that, you're going to throw people out of work. And I'm not going to do it for political reasons. I want all the wages to go up. And by the way, in my state, wages are going up faster than the national average. And they're going up because we have a better mix of jobs, And we're trying to get to all this, and see, that being the 7th largest state, you can do it here in the country. Everything we're doing there, everything I did in Washington can be done again, and the key is, I hate to say it over and over, it's economic growth and opportunity for everybody to be able to achieve what they want to achieve. I do. Yeah, we have a GE jet engine factory, we do. And one of them is in Peebles, Ohio, where there's nobody lives because the engines are so loud they had to put them somewhere where nobody could hear them. It's like having Led Zeppelin 24/7. I gotta go. Thank you for coming, and I hope you can help me tomorrow.